Hi, this is Manal, and I cordially welcome you on behalf of Platinum Global Solutions to our series of online interview sessions. We're very proud to have you as our keynote speaker at the upcoming conference of Global IT Security. Thank you so much for taking out time from your busy schedule. So, before we kickstart our interview session, I would like you to please give a brief introduction about you, your professional career, and your particular area of expertise in which you're working.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Ivelina Tzoneva, and I'm based in Sweden, a town near Stockholm, which is called Tumba. And this is where I started my career in e-commerce here up in Stockholm in 2010 at Nespresso, which is a coffee brand from Switzerland. Having moved through various areas of the business of the e-commerce, holding different roles. So I've been able to see all the or most of the sides of the digital business. Recently, I joined DeLaval, that is a dairy and farming company that offers solutions for dairy farmers, milk producers, and meat producers. And I have continued my journey within e-commerce and currently hold the role as global e-commerce manager at DeLaval's headquarters here in Tumba as well.
Okay, that's perfect. Perfect. So let's move on to our first question. So tell me, what do you think about the global pandemic situation, and what's your perspective in terms of the impact it has on businesses worldwide?
Right. So, what I think is that, of course, it was very, very unexpected. But at the same time, given the fact that there is so many like high technologies, people working on researches and so on, this leaves people wondering of how could this take us so unprepared when there's so like highly educated people that work solely on discovering new new, like, how to say, diseases or how to treat them, or different viruses and bacteria. But anyways, such a small thing took us all so unprepared. And the ones that were lucky enough to have the e-commerce channel, I'm just talking now about businesses that have commerce overall. So for those, this turned to be very fruitful, as most of the people turned to the e-commerce channels. Even those that might never have bought online, they were kind of forced to try, and maybe found it even more comfortable and continue shopping online, be that for products or services. But overall, on the pandemic, since we are positive creatures, we always think in terms that, okay, how serious can this be? I mean, it's not more serious than a big war or the plague or something like that, but it is here. That's the reality. Even if not many of us, among also myself, don't want to admit that the situation is very, very serious. But we should not forget that we need to get moving, and the situation doesn't mean in any means that we should just stop and wait for it to be finished. It's quite the opposite. We should take even more action than ever before.
Great, great, quite thoughtful. So, according to your experience, please briefly explain the current situation of the e-commerce industry and what's your forecast related to it.
Uh, Speaking from the Nordic perspective, the e-commerce has always been quite popular here in the Nordics and has existed for a very long time. But right now, what we can see is that everyone wants to jump on board. So the competition gets like it is more than before for some businesses. And even companies that have never considered this to be a channel or field that they would open for their customers, now the load to experts that are specialized in how to say, to serve like platforms to companies, let's say a new website platform, they are quite overloaded. So it is not easy today to find experts that could take on board more companies like related to e-commerce and overall like having website or being present on the digital channels. So this is also a good opportunity. It opens a lot of room for people in this field. So if someone needs to change jobs or has like their fields have lost customers, this is a great field to specialize in. The digital. So what companies do a lot is to outsource both the IT, but also like the digital services, e-commerce to agencies, and even abroad. It's very popular to be to outsource to Bangalore or India or other great places where they really have super specialists in that field.
Okay, quite interesting. Okay, so now as a company, what changes have you introduced in terms of the operations and business strategies? And more importantly, how these changes are going to impact the future landscape of your company?
So some time before the pandemic even started, and before I started at DeLaval, the company had decided to expand digitally and to open for e-commerce and other digital services. And then when the pandemic entered in the Nordics, at least in the beginning of 2020, we felt really the pressure that we need to expand faster. So in the markets we are already live currently, we improve the e-commerce and customer experience and the journey, and then we are looking into other markets where we can expand, where DeLaval exists already in the world. So we have a huge, like a large roadmap of markets we want to so-called upgrade, to move to a better platform, to have the possibility to switch on the e-commerce whenever they feel ready for it. But this prerequisite has to be in place for them.
Okay.
So this is what we're looking into right now.
Okay, sounds very interesting. Okay, so last question. What are you expecting from the upcoming e-conference, and what valuable insights the audience can expect from your presentation session?
Right. So my expectations are, from my perspective, is of course to introduce our company DeLaval, speak about the technology we have, what our plans for the future. I mean, when you think about farm, you don't imagine that it can be so high tech and managed maybe just by an app, or the farms can be smart or something like that. So I think this is going to be interesting for the audience. And what I expect, and I'm sure it will be, is that I would love to listen to the other presenters, because I'm sure they have lots of insightful and valuable information for us to use.
Okay, that's great. So thank you so much, Ivelina, for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you, and we're really looking forward to hearing you at our e-conference. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.